Hello everybody, welcome back to the shed. In this video it is the quarterly update, so number 2 for 2026. It was meant to be the next instalment of the Woodford Vale series and videos, however unfortunately due to some of the footage being lost in the ether up on the iCloud jobby, unfortunately a lot of footage was lost, so hopefully I can recover some of it, remake that video, and then we will go from the ground up on the next Woodford Vale update. So what we're going to see during this video, we're just going to talk you through a few bits and pieces that I've done, a few new arrivals that have arrived with us now, and also what I plan to do in the future. So I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you find it informative. If you do, please like, comment, subscribe and all that rubbish. Talking of new arrivals, there's one just trundling through. And so I shall see you in the next section. That's where we talk about what's gone on in the shed. Okay, so you join us on this side, on the scenic side of the layout. So we're just going to start from this back scene here, which will soon be back scene. I've started building my platform here. I think I mentioned this in the last episode of the Woodford Vale series, so I'm not going to dwell too long on that, because as you notice, we're going to start changing here. In the last episode, I did threaten that I was going to do this. Well, I've decided I'm actually going to commit to it now and do it, so I'm going to actually make myself a little goods yard here. The plan is for the goods yard, is this here will be the entrance and the exit for the down slope. This siding here being big enough for 3 wagons and a large 280 or a B1, so that sort of thing, because again you're not going to see much engines much larger than a B1 really on the pickup goods. So the idea is they come out of here across all 4 lines onto the down slope. Up where that soldering iron is, there'll be a point. There'll be a kickback siding just up over there on the outer edge. That will be allowing for the siding to go on. What I'm going to do there for that siding is I'm literally just going to, when I put the polystyrene in to make the embankments, I'm just going to cut the polystyrene level with here, with the track bed, just so that I can put the siding, put the foam track bed down on it and put the siding down on that. Again, there might be an isolating section in it, there might not be, but again it will just come through the polystyrene down into in there, so I can live with that. So yeah, so that's how the down fast and down slow are going to work. In regards to the entrance for the down slow. For the up slow, which the new arrival is trundling around on, they would come in through here, in behind the L1. There will be a point here somewhere where there'll be a siding along here where I can drop off the train to allow myself then to do the shunting I need to do to pick up the new wagons or drop off the other wagons. And there'll be a point somewhere around here where it will literally just kick back onto the main line again. Maybe even putting the point in here, because if the train's stalled over here somewhere, then there's no point really in worrying too much about that. So yeah, so that's how the goods yard works. So I'll give you a little lowdown of the goods yard, and we'll use the up slow as our direction the train's coming. So we'd come in here, drop off the tail end of our train over there, bring the wagons in question up, all the way up into this head shunt before reversing down along here up to where the L1 is and dropping them off up there. If there are any wagons for us to pick up, they would either be there where we could pick them up, drop them off here into the run round, and then drop off our empties there. Or if you're feeling adventurous, I might put an isolating section in here as well as an uncoupler, so I can uncouple the engine, pull it forward, and I can do it all with the yard shunter. But the main premise is this siding here where the L1s to will usually be empty, and that is where the wagons that need picking up would be left. And also then once you've picked them up, you would also drop off the ones to be dropped off as well in there. Where my other new arrivals are, that is the line that leads up to the goods shed and also the cattle dock. So the cattle dock, loading dock will be up there at the top, and here is where the goods shed will be. This line in front, which might be extended up to the front of the goods shed, it might not. That's just where you put your empties to. Your empty wagons normally are kept there. And then this one here, which I might extend as well, just up to about here, that would be where you keep your yard shunter and a couple of guards vans or a guards van. The idea of how this yard will work is basically, when I come to writing the timetable of the line, it will literally just be light engine move to, say, the yard, and it would normally be a guards van and a tank engine, or a very small 2-3 wagon pickup goods coming to the yard. The reason for that being is this is meant to be a yard that's a little bit out of the way. It's between Peterborough and Grantham somewhere, but I'm going to use the fact that there might be an industry here, so maybe down there I might put a distillery or something down there, or a small enterprise down there in that far bottom corner that would then justify needing a yard here. Usually it will just be pickup goods trains, so I might not even have a yard shunter based here, but it's more a case of there's a pickup goods that comes here, the crew leave the engine here, walk up to the station, get on a train, that's the end of their shift. So they were on the night shift, they leave the engine here and swap over with the morning crew, who would then take over the engine, do a bit of shunting in the yard before moving on, and then stabling that engine up for an inspection or whatever. It's not a, there might not probably be a full-time shunter here, but there'll be facilities to accommodate that if needs be. And yeah, and really going forward over to that far corner of the line, not a lot's changed yet until I get the next running loop, which will probably now be the down slow because of all the associated point work and all the bits I need to do ready for the goods yard. The down slow will probably be the next line that I need to get laid and running, and once I do that, that will also then enable me to work out how to properly do the rest of the fiddle yard, because I'm hoping when I redo that far corner to get rid of that bloody reverse curve that causes all the derailments, I'm hoping I might be able to rejig the down slow fiddle yard a little bit as well, to enable me to have 5 sidings, which is 4 for the down slow and 1 spare for the, and 1 shed between the up fast and the up slow. So yeah, that's about it for the layout update and the layout progress. We'll move on now to the new arrivals, because we've seen quite a few of them here in this shot whilst I've nattered about the yard. So I'll see you in the next section. Okay, so we're back now with the new arrivals. I'm pretty sure I mentioned the Laureate in the last update of Woodford Vale, so I won't spend too long on it, but that's one of Hornby's Laureate Ys that I've put a WD traction engine on, KDs, just awaiting weathering. One other thing I did was I painted the deck on mine to Humbrol number 32, and it seems to have matched the rest of the wagon quite happily. In order of them, new arrivals, we've got to come over to the Fiddleyard side of the layout, where we have this high bar wagon, 13-ton open high bar wagon. That's a Parkside kit that I made up again. Most of its footage was in the corrupted episode 21 of the Woodford Vale series. So, not a lot to say about it, it's just a kit built wagon. We'll come to this one in a minute. So now we hop back over to the Fiddleyard side, where again I bought this Hornby private owner wagon. Again, most of why it's like that is in the old episode 21 of Woodford Vale, which you'll get a lowdown of when I remake that video. But nothing special about it really, it's just a Hornby private owner 5-plank wagon that I've weathered, fitted real coal into it, and will make up part of my 1930s private owner train. Okay, so the glaringly obvious new arrival, as mentioned in my last short, it is my Revolution or my Evolution coaches from Rapido, courtesy of my bank manager and Rapido. I'm not really going to bother reviewing them because I ain't very good at reviews. I try my hand and people just jump on my case, so I've given up with the reviews. If you want to see them, there's people like Jenny Kirk, Sam's Trains and whatnot. They all do fantastic reviews of them, so just go and have a look at one of their videos, as well as Rapido's videos on them themselves. What can I say other than they are just bloody magnificent. These particular ones are the Great Northern Teak ones, because surprisingly they haven't done LNER Teak. They've done Metropolitan, Great Northern. The only LNER Evolution coaches I've seen so far are the Clestories, and they're in the brown. So I'm hoping that when they do LNER arched roof ones or elliptical roof ones like these, they will be in the teak. But the reason why I've purchased these is, as mentioned when I mentioned my 5-plank wagon, because I've got the Coronation, I would like to dial the clocks back to the 1930s, so 1935 to about 1940, just starting to go into the war. So these will make part of a nice little suburban train behind an M2 or an M7. Maybe even get a Sterling single, and it's recreating a past rendition of the Flying Scotsman, as well as having an A4 or an A3 on the Flying Scotsman with the more up-to-date teak coaches from Sir Nigel Gresley. But yes, other than that, that's those coaches. They are absolutely lovely. For my layout, unfortunately, I have to have KD's number 19s in them, but I reckon if I could sort out the corners, make them a bit wider, you could happily have 18s in there, like I did on my last rendition of the layout with my Gresley 49-foot coaches. But yeah, there's not a lot more ever to say other than they're bloody magnificent, really. So now, on to the wandering behemoth. Yesterday being the 3rd of May 2026, I went to the Thornbury Model Railway Show, which is just outside Bristol, and whilst there, courtesy of Footplate Models, I picked up this lovely WD for £70. She needed a bit of work. She was renumbered to 90423 by the previous owner and given the late crests. The numbers weren't really applied very well as as them being the wrong size. They were only 8-inch numbers rather than the 10-inch, which is appropriate for one of these. So I've redone that. The shed code on it was 51A Darlington, so I've picked a Darlington based WD. I've got to buy a smokebox number plate, that's on its way from Fox. So once that's here, I can start researching how to weather this thing. So in my ownership, I've redone the number, give it some of them KV coupling, and I've also put real coal in it. It came with a crew in it. Another little newbie is this chalk tippler. Again, I bought that from Footplate when I bought the WD. I remembered that I used to have one trundling around in the goods trains, and I thought it would be nice to have one again. So I saw it there, it was for £10, and I picked it up. The last new addition is this. I'll just put it out for everyone to see. This is an Ian Kirk kit-built Gresley brake third. I built it over the last couple of days. Built it, painted it. I've just got to go on Fox Transfer's website, order some coach numbering and some coach lining, and then I will finish it off. It's not the most perfect rendition of one of these coaches. I'm not claiming to be the next Ian Rathbone or Tony Wright. I'm far from it. But it's the first one of these I've built, a bit like that Roxy Mouldings one at the top there. It's the first time I've built something like this, and kit building I enjoy, so I'm starting to get into it a little bit more and learn how to do things. So that's what I make will be better. But in regards to new arrivals, that is about it, really. I don't think I'm due anything imminently. Gee, I don't think so. So yeah, we'll see you in the next section, which is plans for upcoming videos, and yeah, really seeing where we're going from here. So I shall see you in the next bit. So yeah, what is going to be coming up? Well, I'm hoping to do a video on the coaching stock at Woodford Vale at present. Basically talking you through why I've got those items of stock, what their intended purpose would be on the layout when it's done, how you will see them implemented. Also talk you through some of the formations of trains of what I've got and how you'll see it and what you generally see on the front of it. It's another video I'd like to do with some more kit builds, so maybe if I get another Ian Kirk coach, maybe we'll sit down and we'll go through like a series of it, and we'll do like one episode of building the bogies, another episode of building the chassis and the sides up, another video doing the interior and the roof, then painting, and then the like, and also more updates of the layout. You know, now finance is becoming a bit freer for me. I've already bought the boxes of track. They're tucked away in the house for the minute. I've just got some point work and whatever to purchase and rail joiners before I get back going here on the scenic side of the layout. I'll come back this way before I make myself giddy, I think. So yeah, there is a lot of things coming up that I think everyone's going to enjoy, or I hope you're going to enjoy them anyway. You might have noticed that I am starting to push out a few more shorts. I never knew I could actually do it, in all fairness, but to be able to do like a little clip of something and upload a little short once a week, I think that's going to be my target, just to try and keep the channel alive and give you guys a little something, so I can give you something weekly, because I'm always out here doing something, even though it doesn't look like it, is tidying up. I mean, at the minute I'm working through all these units and all these bits and pieces underneath the layout. Like, if anyone needs a tyre, let me know. You know, it's going through all of this, tidying it up, throwing the unwanted stuff out, etc. So that way then I can clear these tops and I can get going again. And more importantly for you guys, it just looks more presentable. You know, you come out here, you got the bloody dinner plate there and and bits of crap all over the place. It just doesn't look very professional. And then you look at other people's channels and you just see how tidy and professional it is. I really need to pull my finger out and get going with it, and hopefully that in turn will lead me on to my goal for the year. The other day, whilst being on, just browsing my channel and just having a look, see how it's doing and everything on the analytics, I noticed I'm at 330 subscribers. So I would like to really make a push this year and try and get it to 350 by the end of the year. So if you are watching this and you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because it's A, it's free, but B, you might make this idiot very happy. So that's my goal for the year. I only have 2 targets: make it look a little bit more professional, and also get it bloody tidy. So they're my targets for the year. Any progress on the layout will play. Well, it's quite key to get some progress done, but it's second fiddle really to getting it tidy, so I can then progress. It'll be easier to progress if it's tidy and I'm not tripping over everything all the bloody time. So that's what I'm aiming for. With that being said, to bring this video to a close, I just want to say a big thank you to a couple of channels that I've been watching lately. One of which is a channel called Woodford Vale. His information and his videos regarding parkside kits have been fantastic for me. I mean, I've learnt a lot from him. I basically sat down and built this wagon alongside him building one on his channel. And it helped tenfold, and it's really helped me progress in my kit building. Ooh, pardon me. And another one is Yarslow. His videos regarding passenger train formations and the like, and explaining the whys, not necessarily the hows, of how he does things, has been fantastic to learn from as well. And hopefully I can apply it to my layout going forward. As always, the final thank you goes to everybody watching this, everyone who's subscribed and has stuck by me during the last couple of years whilst there's not been a lot going on. So with that, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Stay safe out there, enjoy your modelling, don't do anything I wouldn't do, and remember, if you ain't enjoying it, have a break for 5 minutes and come back when you're enjoying it again. And if the world's getting too crap, just put on a model train, you'll be fine. I have no idea what the next video is going to be about, or what it's even going to be. So I'll leave you with that. Have a good week, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.